After an interrupted and highly uncertain examination season, the country's largest education board, the CBSE, announced results for its Class 12 board examinations on Monday. Though it was a long and excruciating wait for the candidates, the results turned out to be extremely positive, and a lot of students were really happy with their results. This year, there was an increase in the number of students who had cleared their exams. Of the total students who had appeared for the examinations, 88.78% had passed. This was an increase of over 5 percentage points from last year's results, when 83.4% of the candidates had passed. In fact, the number of students who had scored above 95% more than doubled since last year. So while last year 1.47% of the total candidates who had appeared in the exam had scored above 95%, this year this rocketed up to 3.24%. Likewise, in the case of students who had scored above 90%, last year the figure stood at around 7.82% of the total candidates, while this year this ballooned up to 13.24% of the candidates scoring above 90%. This upward trend in this year's results can be linked to a modification in the CBSE's marking scheme, which had to be adopted because of exceptional circumstances in the country. A short background to this is that the CBSE was in the midst of conducting its board exams when India started to move towards its nationwide shutdown. Like everything else, these two came to a halt and these exams were paused midway. Later, the board announced that it would be conducting only 29 of those pending papers that it considered to be essential, and these exams were supposed to take place between July 1st and July 15th. However, over time, pressure from parents began to mount, parents who didn't want their children to appear for exams in the middle of the current situation. So towards the end of June, the board announced that it would not be conducting any of the pending papers, and it said that instead it would devise a formula on the basis of which to impute the marks of students in the papers that they hadn't appeared in. For this purpose, students were divided into 3 categories. The first was students who had given 4 exams. So their marks in their remaining papers, their pending papers, was calculated by taking an average of the best 3 papers that they had already written. In the case of students who had written 3 exams, the marks for the pending papers were calculated through an average of the best 2 papers that they had already written. In the case of students who have written 2 or less exams, marks of whichever papers they have written will be taken into consideration, as well as internal marks such as projects and practicals. Now, since here we're working with the averages and marks of papers in which students have already performed well, this smooths out the possibility of deviation between students' performances in different papers, which is likely to give a push up to their percentages. The head of a school that we spoke to said that this is likely to have caused a spike of around 2 to 3% in the overall percentages of any school.